Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Thursday, June 9th, 2022. I have some favorite things in life. I know we all do. Favorite colors, favorite author, favorite beverage, favorite vehicle to drive, okay, favorite friend, lots of favorites. But as I've woken up, I've added some new favorites to that list of favorites. And one of them, I never in my wildest dreams thought I would have a favorite executive order, but you know what? I do, and I would like to talk about it tonight. Executive Order 13818. One second, and I will show you a little about it. It blocks the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. You can find that at the federalregister.gov if you want to read more about it. Interesting to note, it was signed into effect by the 45th president, and our 46th administrator hasn't either been able or allowed to revoke it and rescind it. It's still in effect. What this means is people that have been involved in heinous crimes, human trafficking, crimes against children, child pornography, that's just to name a few of the things that would be covered by this act. Their property can be seized by the US government. And at some point, it's possible that property could return back to maybe be made available at a very great auction or something like that to regular people for their use. I think that would be awesome. Maybe have a farmer's lottery for farmland or something. And the reason I mentioned that, hang on just a second, I want to show you something else just for fun. I love this meme. EO 13818. Look at all that. It looks to me like farmland, and that's what started me thinking about. Remember, someone in the last few years has been buying a lot of farmland, and that someone's Bill Gates. Now, understand my belief on that. I believe Mr. Gates has long been dealt with. That if we see him in the news or making announcements, we are seeing either a stand-in, a double, a CGI version of him, or possibly even a clone, who knows. But someone is still acting on his authority, okay, or has been. And when that charade is concluded, I'd like to ask the cards something. Let's keep it with just Mr. Gates. Is Mr. Gates' property going to be made available at some point for good people to put to good purpose? And will it be thanks to Executive Order 13818, my personal favorite? Let's see what the cards have to say. One second. Okay, our first card is the Hanged Man. I wish it was literal. Second card is the Ten of Swords. We have the Empress. Ace of Wands. Page of Wands. King of Wands. And the Fool. One moment, I'll be back and we'll talk about those cards. So our question to the universe was, pursuant to Executive Order 13818, would property that had been at some point owned by Mr. Gates, especially all that farmland he bought up, be made available to good people to put to good purpose? Okay, so let's look at what it had to say. So the situation is a hangman. We're wondering if we'll be able to look at the ownership of that land in a different way. And Mr. Gates has gone bye-bye. So we're getting a yes on that, okay? The Empress, she kind of represents Mother Earth to me, and we were talking about farmland as part of his assets. I could care less about, pricey vintage vehicles or whatever, but it did concern me that one individual could own so much farmland and then choose to do nothing with it, do harmful things with it, or destroy it. Okay, so we're getting a big yes on that. Looking in the future, Page of Wands, that's about ambition. So yeah. And it's a youthful energy. It's a very active energy. So yeah, that farmland is going to be back in the hands of good people to be used. And a thank you to our King of Wands for that. He's the influence on that. That's a leader with a vision and honor and wisdom. And I know who I think that is. Okay, then we're also, the Fool is talking about setting out on a whole new journey. We know that we are in this window when huge changes are going to happen, wonderful changes to humanity's path, to our reality, to world. And it's beautiful to know that we're getting a yes on this.